So it's like all these people are just like, what were they doing? Were they like, have I seen you, or like you just cannot say the N word?
They
Cannot
were,
say that.
bro, they were saying a lot of shit, and then like there were a group of them. They were like, if my friends who follow Vika, and if I see you following Vika, I would unfollow you and shit. Like
Oh, yeah.
to that extent, like for you to have that mentality where you feel like all of your friends have to have that same kind of thought into something, it just shows how shallow. Like it's just like expand your fucking bubble a little bit, man. Like expand a little bit. Like that's a lot of point of view of things, and just because one doesn't agree with my point of view on something, and they straight away like cancel. Like cancel. The best one, I think I saw one. I tweeted this tweet in 2015. A tweet 2015.
So they literally went back. They scroll, and went back to 2015.
Yeah.
5 years back.
5 years. I said something. I said my homie. No, my something Barack Obama. I said a tweet. That shit
I saw that. My N-word.
Brought that back up, and then like I tweeted a Joyner Lucas lyric, Lucas lyric with the N-word. That one, so they say I said it like Pukima, like it's a lyric by Joyner, and they make it a big deal for like they're making it such a big deal when people outside are actually dying, and for them like use a random Malaysian dude with so and so kind of a small following use it, and I'm enabling people to like it makes no sense.
So you like, don't you think they view you as a voice of someone, and like you represent some sort of Malaysia because you're that face that everyone see, and then once they see you doing something wrong and it's negative to the other society, don't you see like that's where they're coming from?
See, that's the thing, man. Also, just to give Jiven a context, these people were also calling out a lot of like even Harvin, Zamira also, even they didn't even do anything. They were saying, "Oh, these people must say something."
Did I get called out?
I don't think they forgot about it.
They forgot about it. This is why you don't leave social media. People forget.
Nobody gives a shit about me, man.
That's a good thing, Jiven. That's a
good thing, man. That's a good thing, man. Like it's honestly, it's. I wish sometimes people don't give a shit about me, but for me, sometimes I feel like I like it. At the same time, like, oh, are y'all like my opinion matters so much? Is it like?
You're like the party princess,
Yeah. But so as I was saying, like these people were like calling out like people who like because Harvin used to have like braids and all, right?
Yeah.
Harvin, and they were saying shit like you can use their culture, but now that a black man is dying, you're not saying anything. They were actually harassing like content creators, influencers to force them to speak out and post a tweet. All they want is like one tweet, and then for them it's like, oh, it make a difference.
But why? It's like nothing to do with you. Right?
I don't know, dude. Like I really don't know, and I feel like they, like if you want to have, for me, I personally, I make all this YouTube shit. I'm not here to be all political and like, fight for this. I'm here just solely to entertain, and I've been an asshole since day one, and I am still an asshole online until today, and I don't know why these people expect like content creators like us to like voice out something that they don't know so much about at least.
I mean, like they are also like not wrong, but they are. I feel like they are using all the social media platform for good use. We are raising awareness, but I feel their channel was a bit wrong. Like why are the hate coming towards influencers, social media? Can't they hate go to like politicians and all? Like, that's what I'm coming from. Like channel that it's not wrong having those kind of hate, but why are the hate coming towards all? Shouldn't the hate go to the government?
I feel like it's all very personal. I feel like it's all personal attacks.
So they all
like so they all last time or like kumpul. Oh, now got chance. Let's just all go at that. Fucked up.
To me, I think that these people that attack social media like Vika and Harvin, right? I don't think so. They understand the problem because the problem is we are nowhere related. We never face this kind of issue, the black issues.
Yeah.
So black guy dying doesn't really affect us so much.
Mm-mm.
You get it?
It doesn't affect, but I understand the whole context. We face it here as well. It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same issue, but different
context. It's the same way, but different context.
Yeah, but to me, it's like like to me that because the black people there are treated way more different because the police treat them differently. Here the people themselves treat, the Malaysian people themselves treat. If you like, I think me and Vika, when we went to Bali before, I broke my hand. I
We'll
remember
get to that story back. We get back to that story later.
I remember in Bali, like generally, as Indians, when you go approach anybody, they will generally be freaked out.
Yeah.
But in Bali, it was like everyone will kind of approach us. It was a different environment.
Yeah.
But people are more friendly. And then here you have people that, a black fella die, they shout. But the Indian fella gets harassed or gets mocked down, they be laughing at it and say, yeah, he deserves it.
So so you're saying like I said, racism still exists in countries like this, lah.
Yeah, I think Malaysia is way more stronger.
Yeah, that's what I feel. I feel also like that channel shouldn't be. It's good to have a voice, but the channel should be about you clean up your own plate here first before you clean up other people's plate.
Yeah.
Like you get what I'm saying?
I feel like every country, regardless, it will have racism. There's no such thing as a racist-free country. It'll still be there.
I was just thinking. So last time I remember in Tinder profile, everybody said 6.11 inches only, the height of the guys.
Last time or now? Huh?
Last time.
Is
So,
Tinder still a thing?
Apparently it is. I subscribe to all this Reddit kind of Tinder things lah. So like the moment you segregate that kind of height already, what makes you think you won't segregate race? Like you see how Bangladeshi are being treated here. Like the girl who just died also, like committed suicide. Everybody was just saying, how can a Indian girl get together with a Bangladesh? That's already racist.
Were they saying that?
Yeah, that's what they
That's
decide.
what you told me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like all the troll pages saying like, how can this girl be the Bangladeshi guy? That's already like straight up racist. And then I remember I was going on Twitter and I saw this really well crafted tweet lah. Then this guy was telling, let's talk about racism in Malaysia. Malaysia is known to be multicultural country consisting of Malay, Chinese, and Indian. It's crazy to think that racism is actually no rampant here, but most of us are given up. All government sectors are dominated by Malays. Not once we have seen a non-Malay come into power. Housing, finance, governance, and education has been in favor of the Bumi Putras. Both education and economic policy has been designed in the favor of them. In case you know, we have a quota system in Malaysia for our own education in our favor of Bumi Putra. Malay receive discount in public housing, cheaper burial, and is required to have a minimum 30% Bumi equity. And Malaysian language is a compulsory exam paper, and there's also full funding for religious practice. So it's like telling Indians, we should be living equally and have equal benefits. Living equally life and no one will be better because our race. So and then there's someone else tweeted but why this is all necessary for the Malays, because the Chinese dominated the economy and they would be struggling to compete with them. Why? What doesn't make sense is after more than 50 years receiving these perks and benefit, a large number of Malays are still struggling.
I think you cannot eradicate racism in Malaysia because it's a very pro one race country.
But
At the end it's not like countries like Singapore, where Singaporeans come first, or there's more. They call themselves Singaporeans rather than Malays or Indians. But here you're categorized that way because the government is pro one race. And
because the whole politics in Malaysia is
one race.
It's very race based. So like how do you expect to eliminate racism when there's, I know it's going to be fucking controversial, when there's Bumi Putra rights, and how the fact that there's Bumi Putra rights alone shows that so this particular race gets. But I know it did. If you go back, you follow history, it shows in the agreement and all the stuff like, this certain race gets this kind of rights. But like I think as I don't want to word this in a way that can get me into trouble, but like
say it. That's the whole point. You're already getting in trouble.
No, I think the closest way, the best way I would say, in Malaysia, I'm talking about Malaysia, right? The first step for the government is a